Right.
So here we go, learning in an instant.
Learning in an instant with Elias Cripps and Clark. So we've talked about the client meeting, different types of meeting, the purpose of the meeting, getting planned for the meeting, introducing yourself on other learning in an instance. We're at the point now, the bulk of the meeting itself, the questioning, the gathering, gaining information.
Now, a lot of the questions are going to be pretty much determined by the purpose of the meeting in the first place. So you might well have some objectives or questions already planned, but it's your questions that are going to keep you on track. It's the agenda that's also going to keep you on track, and it's good to refer back to that. But obviously your questions need to be relevant, they need to be topical, they need to be engaging with the client. But this part is not just about asking the questions, it's also about listening. You have to listen out for the verbal clues, you have to listen out, I've said this on previous sessions, you have to listen out for the BS. The BS stands for?
I'm not sure.
You've got one or two, where are you going to go with?
I'm going with bullshit.
I'm going with buying signals.
There we go.
But actually you do need to listen out for both, because there are some clients that will BS you. So lots of intelligent questions, and you've already mentioned this, if you want to make notes, make notes. No client is going to stop you from making those notes. It just shows that you're paying attention and you want to make sure that you do a good job for the client.
Yeah, actually showing them that you've planned, you've thought about it, you've done some research is a really positive thing from my point of view. So have those notes, have those questions written down, but don't stick to them rigidly. This is where the conversation has to come in. So all those probing questions that we've talked about in the learning in an instant for the probing questions, utilising all of those techniques to get more information out of them. Don't just accept the first answer, try and really dig into what's going on in that business.
And that's why sometimes just a prompter is good. You can just write down hiring strategy, as opposed to writing out the full question. So what is your hiring strategy for the rest of 2020? Just for hiring strategy. Just write down recruitment process, likes, don't likes, working, not working. All they need to be are visual prompters, because you will sometimes get this with clients as well as candidates, but they will answer questions that you haven't even asked yet.
Yes, hopefully.
So, they will volunteer information. The last thing you want to do is go, very interesting, thank you. And then you go on to the next one, they say, but I've already answered that one. So questions help you to control the meeting, they give your meeting structure. It's the purpose of the meeting, so the client should be expecting questions along those lines anyway.
And make lots of notes, but learn how to take the notes while you're actually still engaging with the person. You know what you're writing. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't even have to be on the line. As long as you've written something that when you come back to it later, you go, okay, I remember what that was about. Keep that eye contact, still keep monitoring them, and you can just check down every now and again that you're not off your page.
And if there's any particular sound bites, anything that is particularly important that you want to make a note of, yes, you can put a star by, but I used to put a top right-hand corner little box that said MITs, most important things. So when it came to the summary, which is what we'll talk about next, you could refer straight back to those points.
Good luck.
See you on the next one.